So let's just settle into our meditation posture and try and bring your mind to the same place your body is. And just take a rain check about what's arising in your mind right now. Is it irritation or annoyance? Or just, are you happy? Are you feeling sad? Whatever is going on, also just notice and try not to make a judgment about it or have an opinion about it. Just be aware that it's there. This is what's bubbling up right now. And you don't have to do anything about it either, except just notice it. So you don't need to fix it. You don't need to change it. You just need to be aware of what's there. And check your legs and your sits bones, your hands, shoulders over the hips. And imagine your spine is a string of pearls of light, and they're stretching from the base all the way up through the crown of the head and beyond. And imagine someone is lengthening your spine, just very gently stretching those muscles on the back part of your body. And while you're there, just imagine you're looking at yourself from behind. So try and see the back side of your body. What do you look like from behind? As I was saying the other day, we're front-facing people. We look forward. We move forward. We talk about moving forward. We never look at ourselves from behind or from the side. We don't imagine ourselves that way, or most people don't. The head is slightly tipped forward, eyes are down, looking along the length of the nose, tip of the tongue on the roof of the mouth, and relax the jaw. And bring your awareness to the crown of your head and relax the scalp, the forehead, the eyes, the back of the eye socket, the nose, the cheeks, the mouth. Then bring your attention to the back of the head, the occipital bone, at the base of the skull. And then relax the jaw. Again, the back of the tongue and the ears, the inner ear, and your temples. Now, any tension in the back of the neck, just release that. Relax the shoulders, allow the shoulder blades to drop down. Relax the throat and the chest and the belly. The limbs, hands, fingers and feet and toes, and then bring the mind to the breath. And again, just notice what is arising. Just be aware of it, don't judge it. We have millions and millions and trillions of thoughts. Just notice what's arising now. And then, if there are any sounds in your environment, just allow them to be there. No problem. Don't investigate. Just let it go. I mean, you can notice if you wish what is distracting you. And then bring the mind back to the breath. Paying attention to the sensation of the air as you're inhaling. And as you're exhaling, it's slightly warmer. And those thoughts that are arising, try and put some space in between them. This kind of cuts that train of thought, the storyline that may not necessarily be correct. Then just allow this river of mental moments to flow on by as you're sitting on the bank of the river. Just watching, curious, interested, but not being swept away or entangled. Then bring to mind all our people of our life, our loved ones, our children, our families, our besties. People we hold very, very dear. And then there's those people we find a bit difficult, and then there's our strangers. And that friend, that enemy, and that stranger could change place. And they may have in your life. And then think they're all equally deserving of our care and our concern, because they all want to be happy just like you. They all wish to be free from suffering just like you, and they all have this incredible capacity for this enlightened mind. So let's, as we bring our mind to the breath again, just think we'll do this meditation for all these people of our life and for all sentient beings. And then just think, again, if there's someone that you know that might benefit from doing this practice along with you, you can just bring them, put them by your side, have them there with you. And remember now, there is no negativity that cannot be purified. And this is a psychological process we're engaging in. We create negativity with our minds, we're going to create positivity with our minds. So the first of the 4 opponent powers is the power of regret. So sincerely regret from the depths of the heart anything you have done on this day, in this life, maybe in past lives, to harm another sentient being. And the reason to regret is based on this logic of karma. Everything we experience is due to our past karma, our past actions. And we never know when they're going to ripen. We don't know what seeds, what mental moment is going to actually ripen a seed. Like my car accident. What mental moment arose and ripened that particular seed? So therefore we want to pull out these seeds before they do ripen as some kind of unfortunate event. That's, for me, it became just an inconvenience, but it could have been a lot worse. So we think we want to pull out all these seeds before they ripen as future suffering. So think like this: I regret from the depths of my heart having harmed others with my body and my speech, broken my vows, because I do not want the future suffering. I'm sick of suffering. And we also regret our delusions, our anger, attachment and grasping and neediness and jealousy and all the rest that are the cause of why we harm others, and think again, I'm sick of this suffering. And then think, what can I do about it? Whom can I turn to? So here we come to the power of reliance. So we turn to the Buddha, the doctor, who has the methods that we can use to purify. So we're not asking or needing Vajrasattva to forgive us. I mean, we don't go to the doctor and go, oh, I've got a headache, please forgive me. We go to the doctor and say, I've got a headache, can you give me something to make it better? So Vajrasattva has these methods that we're going to use. So we visualize Vajrasattva above the crown of our heads, and you can also imagine this is your teacher, your trusted mentor, your spiritual advisor. In this particular Vajrasattva form, manifesting there for your benefit just makes it a bit more personal for us. So he's made of this radiant, blissful white light. He's sitting cross-legged on a white lotus and a moon disk. And this lotus, although born out of mud, is untainted by that mud, just like our enlightened potential. Born out of our delusions, but yet untainted by them. He has this beautiful, radiant face. His eyes are long, peaceful, and full of love and compassion for you. He's really happy to see you. He accepts you exactly as you are showing up this evening. No judgment there. And he just looks at you and all those people of your life, even the ones you don't like, with the same equanimity, love, kindness, compassion, acceptance. He has a sweet red mouth. His hair is black and held up in a top knot. His arms are crossed at his heart, the left underneath the right. The left is holding a bell representing wisdom. The right is holding a vajra, which represents the indestructibility of compassion. And there being crossed represents the union of these two, which symbolizes enlightenment itself, the development of infinite wisdom and infinite compassion. To the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha, I go for refuge until I'm enlightened. By this practice of meditating on Guru Vajrasattva, may I reach Buddhahood so as to benefit all sentient beings. So in order to develop compassion, we need to rely upon other beings, so the very beings we have harmed and those who have harmed us. So we develop a sense for them, a wish for them to not suffer. So bring to mind someone you've harmed, and then also maybe someone who's harmed you. And particularly for the people that have harmed you, we have compassion for them. Just simply because their suffering seeds are going to ripen, who knows when, in the future, because of the harm they've caused you. So make a strong aspiration to do this practice of purification for the sake of all these sentient beings, and think, I must purify for their sake. So now we come to the power of the remedy, and this is the actual medicine, doing the practice of purification. So first of all, we purify the body. And you can imagine Vajrasattva very compassionately sends powerful white nectar, like coming out of a hose very forcefully from his heart. And it arcs around and enters your crown and pours into your entire body, filling you completely. And it keeps pouring into you until it forces out of your lower orifices all the harm you have ever done to any living being with your body in the form of inky liquid. And this pours out of you and disappears into space, not one atom left, as we recite the mantra. Vajrasattva samaya manupalaya Vajrasattva dina patita Dida meboa sutokaya meboa sipokaya meboa anarakta meboa sabasiti mimpiyata sawa kamasita me sitam shriyam kuruhum ha ha ho bhagavan sawa tata gata vajramame mutsa vajrabala mahasamaya sattva aham pe Vajrasattva samaya manupalaya Vajrasattva dina patita Dida meboa sutokaya meboa sipokaya meboa anarakta meboa sabasiti mimpiyata sawa kamasita me sitam shriyam kuruhum ha 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 ho bhagavan sawa tata gata vajramame mutsa vajrabala mahasamaya sattva aham pe Vajrasattva samaya manupalaya Vajrasattva dina patita Dida meboa sutokaya meboa sipokaya meboa anarakta meboa sabasiti mimpiyata sawa kamasita me sitam shriyam kuruhum ha 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 ho bhagavan sawa tata gata vajramame mutsa vajrabala mahasamaya sattva aham pe Vajrasattva samaya manupalaya Vajrasattva dina patita Dida meboa sutokaya meboa sipokaya meboa anarakta meboa sabasiti mimpiyata sawa kamasita me sitam shriyam kuruhum ha 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 ho bhagavan sawa tata gata vajramame mutsa vajrabala mahasamaya sattva aham pe Vajrasattva samaya manupalaya Vajrasattva dina patita Dida meboa sutokaya meboa sipokaya meboa anarakta meboa sabasiti mimpiyata sawa kamasita me sitam shriyam kuruhum ha 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 ho bhagavan sawa tata gata vajramame mutsa vajrabala mahasamaya sattva aham pe Vajrasattva samaya manupalaya Vajrasattva dina patita Dida meboa sutokaya meboa sipokaya meboa anarakta meboa sabasiti mimpiyata sawa kamasita me sitam shriyam kuruhum ha 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 ho bhagavan sawa tata gata vajramame mutsa vajrabala mahasamaya sattva aham pe Vajrasattva samaya manupalaya Vajrasattva dina patita Dida meboa sutokaya meboa sipokaya meboa anarakta meboa sabasiti mimpiyata sawa kamasita me sitam shriyam kuruhum ha 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 ho bhagavan sawa tata gata vajramame mutsa vajrabala mahasamaya sattva aham pe. So be delighted that all the harm you have ever done to any sentient being with your body is now completely purified, and think there is no way you could do anything but benefit others now with your body. And the next is a purification of speech. And again, Vajrasattva very happily sends powerful nectar from his heart chakra, and it arcs around and forcefully enters your crown, filling your entire body, except this time forcing up to the top of your body all the negativity of your speech. And it overflows quite forcefully and disappears into space, not one atom left. So it's just the same as when you fill a dirty glass in a sink, maybe a glass of yogurt, or so maybe you've had some soup, and it all just kind of, all the bits and pieces float to the top. And they overflow, except Lama Zopa Rinpoche says it overflows quite strongly, sort of quite powerfully. So you can imagine that all the gossip and the harsh speech and the useless speech and lying, talking badly about others behind their backs and having other people agree with you, all of this is purified by this powerful nectar filling you as you recite the mantra. Vajrasattva samaya manupalaya Vajrasattva dina patita Dida mebolwa sutokaya mebolwa supokaya mebolwa anarakta mebolwa sawasiti mimpi yatsa sawa kama sita me sitam shriyam kuruhum ha 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 ho bhagavan sawa tata gata vajramame mutsa vajrabawa mahasamaya sattva ahum pe Vajrasattva samaya manupalaya Vajrasattva dina patita Dida mebolwa sutokaya mebolwa supokaya mebolwa anarakta mebolwa sawasiti mimpi yatsa sawa kama sita me sitam shriyam kuruhum ha ha ho bhagavan sawa tata gata vajramame mutsa vajrabawa mahasamaya sattva ahum pe Vajrasattva samaya manupalaya Vajrasattva dina patita Dida mebolwa sutokaya mebolwa supokaya mebolwa anarakta mebolwa sawasiti mimpi yatsa sawa kama sita me sitam shriyam kuruhum ha ha ho bhagavan sawa tata gata vajramame mutsa vajrabawa mahasamaya sattva ahum pe Vajrasattva samaya manupalaya Vajrasattva dina patita Dida mebolwa sutokaya mebolwa supokaya mebolwa anarakta mebolwa sawasiti mimpi yatsa sawa kama sita me sitam shriyam kuruhum ha ha ho bhagavan sawa tata gata vajramame mutsa vajrabawa mahasamaya sattva ahum pe Vajrasattva samaya manupalaya Vajrasattva dina patita Dida mebolwa sutokaya mebolwa supokaya mebolwa anarakta mebolwa sawasiti mimpi yatsa sawa kama sita me sitam shriyam kuruhum ha ha ho bhagavan sawa tata gata vajramame mutsa vajrabawa mahasamaya sattva ahum pe Vajrasattva samaya manupalaya Vajrasattva dina patita Dida mebolwa sutokaya mebolwa supokaya mebolwa anarakta mebolwa sawasiti mimpi yatsa sawa kama sita me sitam shriyam kuruhum ha ha ho bhagavan sawa tata gata vajramame mutsa vajrabawa mahasamaya sattva ahum pe Vajrasattva samaya manupalaya Vajrasattva dina patita Dida mebolwa sutokaya mebolwa supokaya mebolwa anarakta mebolwa sawasiti mimpi yatsa sawa kama sita me sitam shriyam kuruhum ha ha ho bhagavan sawa tata gata vajramame mutsa vajrabawa mahasamaya sattva ahum pe. So again, feel so happy your speech is now completely purified, and imagine it's not possible to do anything but benefit others now with your speech. So the next is a purification of the mind, and Vajrasattva now very compassionately sends powerful beams of light from his heart chakra, and this arcs around and enters your crown and fills your entire being. So it's just the same as when you walk into a room and switch on a light. That light instantly dispels the darkness, doesn't it? So just the same, the moment the light hits your heart chakra, all the darkness of the negativity of your mind, so all the attachment and neediness and anger and depression and grudges and bitterness and jealousy, all of this instantly dispelled, not one atom left as we recite the mantra. Vajrasattva samaya manupalaya Vajrasattva dina patita Dida mebolwa sutokaya mebolwa supokaya mebolwa anarakta mebolwa sawasiti mimpi yatsa sawa kama sita me sitam shriyam kuruhum ha ha ho bhagavan sawa tata gata vajramame mutsa vajrabawa mahasamaya sattva ahum pe Vajrasattva samaya manupalaya Vajrasattva dina patita Dida mebolwa sutokaya mebolwa supokaya mebolwa anarakta mebolwa Sawasiti Mimpi Yata Sawa Kama Sita Me Sitam Shriyam Kuru Hum Ha 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 Ho Bhagawan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramame Mutta Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Satra A Hum Pe Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dina Patita Didu Mebowa Sutokaya Mebowa Sipokaya Mebowa Anarakta Mebowa Sawasiti Mimpi Yata Sawa Kama Sita Me Sitam Shriyam Kuru Hum Ha 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 Ho Bhagawan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramame Mutta Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Satra A Hum Pe Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dina Patita Didu Mebowa Sutokaya Mebowa Sipokaya Mebowa Anarakta Mebowa Sawasiti Mimpi Yata Sawa Kama Sita Me Sitam Shriyam Kuru Hum Ha 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 Ho Bhagawan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramame Mutta Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Satra A Hum Pe Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dina Patita Didu Mebowa Sutokaya Mebowa Sipokaya Mebowa Anarakta Mebowa Sawasiti Mimpi Yata Sawa Kama Sita Me Sitam Shriyam Kuru Hum Ha 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 Ho Bhagawan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramame Mutta Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Satra A Hum Pe Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dina Patita Didu Mebowa Sutokaya Mebowa Sipokaya Mebowa Anarakta Mebowa Sawasiti Mimpi Yata Sawa Kama Sita Me Sitam Shriyam Kuru Hum Ha 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 Ho Bhagawan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramame Mutta Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Satra A Hum Pe Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dina Patita Didu Mebowa Sutokaya Mebowa Sipokaya Mebowa Anarakta Mebowa Sawasiti Mimpi Yata Sawa Kama Sita Me Sitam Shriyam Kuru Hum Ha 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 Ho Bhagawan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramame Mutta Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Satra A Hum Pe. So again, be delighted that all your delusions, which are the source of all of our own suffering, our own delusions, and the cause of why we harm others with our body and our speech, imagine they're just totally purified, gone. And think there is no space in your heart now for anything other than love and kindness and forgiveness and wisdom and bliss and compassion. So next is a purification of the imprints of negativity of the body, speech and mind. And this time imagine that Vajrasattva sends light and nectar. And if you wish, you can imagine as this light and nectar is pouring into you that you can recite a couple of mantras each for the visualization of the body, speech and mind that we've just done. Some people suggest you can do it all simultaneously, but it's quite busy. And then, or also, you can just imagine the light and the nectar pouring into you, filling you completely and eradicating even the subtlest imprints of negative energy from your mind as you recite the mantra. Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dina Patita Didu Mebowa Sutokaya Mebowa Sipokaya Mebowa Anarakta Mebowa Sawasiti Mimpi Yata Sawa Kama Sita Me Sitam Shriyam Kuru Hum Ha 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 Ho Bhagawan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramame Mutta Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Satra A Hum Pe Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dina Patita Didu Mebowa Sutokaya Mebowa Sipokaya Mebowa Anarakta Mebowa Sawasiti Mimpi Yata Sawa Kama Sita Me Sitam Shriyam Kuru Hum Ha 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 Ho Bhagawan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramame Mutta Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Satra A Hum Pe Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dina Patita Didu Mebowa Sutokaya Mebowa Sipokaya Mebowa Anarakta Mebowa Sawasiti Mimpi Yata Sawa Kama Sita Me Sitam Shriyam Kuru Hum Ha 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 Ho Bhagawan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramame Mutta Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Satra A Hum Pe Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dina Patita Didu Mebowa Sutokaya Mebowa Sipokaya Mebowa Anarakta Mebowa Sawasiti Mimpi Yata Sawa Kama Sita Me Sitam Shriyam Kuru Hum Ha Ha Ho Bhagawan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramame Mutta Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Satra A Hum Pe Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dina Patita Didu Mebowa Sutokaya Mebowa Sipokaya Mebowa Anarakta Mebowa Sawasiti Mimpi Yata Sawa Kama Kamasita me Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha Ho Bhagavan Sawatata Gata Vajramame Mutsa Vajrabala Mahasamaya Sattva Ahom Pe Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dina Patita Dida Mibawa Sutokaya Mibawa Sipokaya Mibawa Anarakta Mibawa Sawasidi Mimpi Yatsa Sawa Kamasita me Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha Ho Bhagavan Sawatata Gata Vajramame Mutsa Vajrabala Mahasamaya Sattva Ahom Pe Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dina Patita Duda Mibawa Sutokaya Mibawa Sipokaya Mibawa Anarakta Mibawa Sawasidi Mimpi Yatsa Sawa Kamasita me Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha Ho Bhagavan Sawatata Gata Vajramame Mutsa Vajrabala Mahasamaya Sattva Ahom Pe. Now feel completely purified. Not one atom of negativity left in your mind stream. Even the subtlest obscurations to omniscience have been removed. So the next is the power of resolve. And again, just give yourselves a pat on the back for coming so regularly. And coming at this time of night. For some of you it's quite late. So really rejoice in your efforts. And then think of something you've been working on this week, maybe. Something you'd like to work on over the weekend, some habit, whether it's just kind of like a complaint. Maybe your habit is to complain, or maybe your habit is to talk about people, or bite your nails, or swat flies. Whatever is that thing you do that can lead to either self-harm or harm towards others. I think you're going to try and get on top of that. We just have to make a decision. Decide, pick something, decide on it, work on it. And just maybe do it over the weekend till we meet again on Monday. And then rejoice in your efforts. And give yourself a reasonable timeline. You know, don't have to do it all weekend. Just maybe 5 seconds here or there. Or a few hours. Maybe 7 or 8 at night. And then rejoice your efforts. And this determination to not do again is what gives us strength to change. So Vajrasattva is delighted with us and wanting to merge with your mind. He melts into white light and absorbs into you through your crown. And think, my Guru's body, speech and mind, and Vajrasattva's body, speech and mind, and my own body, speech and mind are the same thing. And LAMA YESHE used to call that union oneness. So next Rinpoche recommends to meditate on the emptiness of the 3 circles. In emptiness there is no I, the creator of negative karma. There is no action of creating negative karma. And there is no negative karma created. So at whatever level you understand emptiness, place your mind there for a little while. So this way you can look at all phenomena as being empty. They do not exist from their own side. You can also think that maybe the way things are appearing to me may not necessarily be the way they exist. So let's just dedicate all the merit, all the positive energy you've created doing this purification to all living beings, and think, may all the virtuous karma I've created from doing this practice ripen as my enlightenment for the sake of sentient beings as quickly as possible. And for His Holiness the Dalai Lama, the wish-granting, wish-fulfilling jewel, source of every single benefit and happiness in this world, to the incomparably kind Tenzin Gyatso I beseech, may all your holy wishes be spontaneously fulfilled. And for Lama Zopa Rinpoche, O Tub Shul Chang Jin Jam Gon Galloway Tenzing Kyong Pelway Kunzo Dog Porze Chog Sum Kurway Leg Mon to Drew Padag Sog Dulje Gondu Jab Ten Shok. And for Lama Ursel, Venerable One, to whose kindness exceeds that of all the conquerors, for those wanderers in far-off places, especially the West, mindful of your loving concern for us and intentionally descending again into a family of a far distant land, we make this request, O Lama, please, please live long. And for Geshe Shera, beloved teacher, leading your students toward wisdom and compassion, explaining through exacting discernment the steps of the graduated path, you are the unequal guide. Please live a long and stable life. Well, there goes another week of our life. Yeah. Thank you very much, everybody. Lots of love. Thanks, Alexis. Take care. Have a wonderful weekend. Stay safe. Sweet dreams. And I look forward to seeing you all on Monday. Thank you very much.